Buffalo is not in rebuild mode, but they definitely needed to nail this draft in order to continue to have playoff success, in my opinion. They let go of a lot of vets. They got rid of Stephon Diggs, your number one wide receiver. They needed to hit the reset button, kind of like what the Seahawks did a couple years ago when they moved off of Russ. Like, they need to hit the reset button, get as much young talent in as possible, and make sure they're contributing. I think they did that with this draft. I'm very, first of all, people were like, why are you trading out of the first round? What are you doing? I think the guy they wanted the entire time was Keon Coleman. They grabbed him.
They would have taken him in the first round if that's
exactly.
But they saw the opportunity. Listen, you pay him less money because you took him in the second round, not the first round, right? You got value with trading those picks because Kansas City had to move up. Panthers have to move up, and they both take receivers, but not the guy you wanted. So it's not like they got the last laugh. It was obvious they wanted Keon Coleman. He's a better fit for what the Bills are doing right now, for what they need right now. They didn't need another speedy guy, smaller slot receiver. They don't need that. They need a big outside wide receiver that can catch the tough 50-50 balls, that can get open in man-to-man coverage.
Great yak threat, too.
Great yak threat, a great red zone target, a great guy for a big arm quarterback like Josh Allen who can extend plays. And Keon Coleman is in the best situation for any drafted quarterback besides maybe Xavier Worthy. But it's great that they were able to get value and get the guy they wanted. So if you're one of those people hating on the Bills for moving out of the first round, and originally I was one of those people, but then when I saw what they were doing and I saw that Josh Allen wanted Keon the whole time and this was just a match made in heaven, this is the guy they wanted the entire time, they executed this plan perfectly. They got what they wanted, and they got more value for it.
Well, and then I'm going to go down the rest of the board here. Cole Bishop, safety out of Utah, replacing Jordan Poyer, I think is great. I think he's probably going to start this year. Dwayne Carter, great value pick for defensive tackle, which they needed to beef up. Ray Davis getting another young running back in the room, which, I think their run game is finally starting to solidify a little bit more. I think they're leaning on that more.
Has to.
Yeah, they have to, and they're putting their money where their mouth is there. Cedric Van Pran is a solid center. He's going to start for them, I think, right away, and you're getting him at good value in the 5th round. And then you're just filling out depth pieces the rest of the way down. This is the draft that they needed to have in order to have a fighting chance this coming season. I think they knocked it out of the park. I think that they have plenty of young talent to work with now. They were able to reset. They got their new number one wide receiver. I think there's a high chance they go and grab a guy in free agency or trade for one of the guys that are on the block right now too. Courtland Sutton's a name that's floating around. You obviously have
put his name in the hat again.
D. Higgins, another one. And then you have not both, but either receiver from the 49ers, either Debo, which Josh Allen and Debo would be fun as hell, or Brandon Ayuk, which would also be super fun. And then you have, a good chunk of guys that are on the free agency market that just haven't been picked up yet. So I don't think the Bills are done. And I think this was a painful thing to have to do in the middle of Josh Allen, being the guy that he is for Buffalo. But the fact that that's like a stable rock in your organization also kind of gives you the flexibility in order to make that happen. So I'm a big fan of this draft from Buffalo. I'm excited to see what they do this season.